Hi children, welcome to Annie's Learniverse tutorial.
The Parrot and the Squirrel. In a vibrant forest filled with towering trees and colorful flowers, there lived a lively parrot named Polly and a curious squirrel named Sammy. Polly was known for her bright green feathers and her ability to mimic any sound she heard. Sammy, on the other hand, was famous for his agility and love for collecting nuts, which he stored in a hollow tree for the winter. Polly and Sammy were good friends, often playing together in the forest. Polly would fly high above the trees, calling out to Sammy with her melodious voice, while Sammy would race along the branches, showing off his acrobatic skills. One autumn day, as the leaves turned golden and the air grew crisp, Sammy was busier than ever. He was gathering as many nuts as he could before the winter snow arrived. Polly, perched on a nearby branch, watched as her friend hurried back and forth, his cheeks stuffed with acorns. "Sammy, why are you working so hard?" Polly asked, tilting her head. "The sun is still shining, and there's plenty of time to play." Sammy paused for a moment and looked up at Polly. "Winter is coming, Polly. I need to gather enough food to last until spring. If I don't prepare now, I might not have enough to eat when the snow covers the ground." Polly fluttered her wings and laughed. "Oh, Sammy, you worry too much. There's always food in the forest. Come, let's play." The winter won't be here for a while, but Sammy shook his head. "I can't, Polly. I need to make sure I'm ready for when the cold weather comes." "You should think about getting ready too." Polly, being carefree and playful, shrugged off Sammy's advice. She continued to fly around the forest, singing and mimicking the sounds of other animals, while Sammy kept gathering his nuts. As the days passed, the air grew colder. And soon the first snowflakes began to fall. The forest that was once full of life became silent and still, covered in a thick blanket of snow. The trees were bare, and the ground was frozen, making it impossible to find any food. Polly, who had not prepared for winter, quickly realized her mistake. She flew from tree to tree, searching for something to eat, but found nothing. The once bountiful forest was now a barren landscape, and Polly began to grow weak and tired. Desperate, Polly remembered her friend Sammy and flew to the hollow tree where he lived. When she arrived, she found Sammy inside, warm and cozy, surrounded by the nuts he had gathered. "Sammy," Polly said weakly, "I didn't listen to you, and now I have nothing to eat. I'm so hungry and cold. Can you help me?" Sammy looked at his friend with concern. He had worked hard to gather enough food for himself, but he couldn't turn his back on Polly in her time of need. "Of course, Polly," Sammy said kindly. "I'll share my food with you. But remember, it's important to prepare for the future. You never know when things might change." "Grateful," Polly nodded. "I've learned my lesson, Sammy. From now on, I'll be more like you, working hard and planning ahead, instead of just living for the moment." Sammy smiled and handed Polly some of his acorns. Together, they spent the winter in the warmth of Sammy's hollow tree, sharing stories and keeping each other company. When spring finally arrived, and the snow melted away, Polly and Sammy emerged from the tree to find the forest blooming with new life. Polly kept her promise and started to gather food and prepare for the future, while still enjoying the beauty of the present. From that day on, Polly and Sammy were not just friends, but also partners, teaching each other the value of balance. how to enjoy the moment while also preparing for what lies ahead. And as the seasons changed, their friendship grew stronger, with Polly's songs and Sammy's wisdom filling the forest with joy and harmony.